Okay, so here's a video. It's chock full of some nonsensical arguments that you see all the time. So let's go through this.
What's irrelevant? Go to step one.
You're stuttering. Are you nervous?
Okay, right off the bat, are you nervous? Why would that be a bad thing if someone's nervous? That doesn't make any sense. Oh God, that's arguing for like macho testosterone kind of thing, and that's not really where he should be going with that.
I don't get nervous. Why would I get nervous?
I don't get nervous. Why would I have normal human emotions? He doesn't get nervous. Do you see that response? Okay, that is the weakest response possible. I'm never afraid of anything. I'm never nervous. I'm never weak. I'm never weak in any way.
I think you're a little
You
nervous.
made a claim and you can't substantiate it.
You're a little scared, dude.
Of what? Of you?
I think you're a little scared.
Nobody's scared of you.
I think you're a little scared of
No.
Okay, he should be scared. This is the largest fascist takeover of human history. So this is absolutely worthy of being scared of. I don't see the problem with that. So here's one of the dilemmas. We want to say this is a frightening takeover. This is a terrible thing. And then when you ask people on the right, are you scared? And you're like, no, I'm not scared. I don't have human emotions. Anyway, well then it's not a threat. See, if it's no big deal, then don't worry about it. Then the left-wing fascists are not doing anything wrong. They're great. You're helping them.
Nobody would ever be scared of you.
I think that you're a little scared that there's people that don't want to live in a Christian theocracy. I think you're scared that the majority of Americans think that you're a fucking loser.
Okay. So you have a left-wing fascist arguing for majority democracy. He wants a democratic solution here.
Majority is turning into Christian. This is a Christian nation.
Okay. And then you have the right-wing fascist. He's arguing for democracy. He thinks that everyone believes in him. So do you see how ultimately it really does matter what people think of something? Like think of how many people think of a certain way. It does matter to some point. And both of these people are arguing that. Let's find out how many people actually support either one of these views. You're going to find very few people will sign on board with like that this is a Christian nation. No, I don't think you're going to get more than 7 or 8%. Now, what's it couched in? Is the Islamic takeover complete? I mean, is it 60% Islam and now? Well, I guess once it's 30% Islam, that will be it. It's over for everyone else because no one else can, move that like a block like that. So that is it. It's over. So maybe once it's 10% Islam, then you could be arguing, oh no, it's a Christian nation as opposed to Islam with this unwritten aspect of it. But just the statement of, is this a Christian nation without any worry about how that impacts anything? No one would sign up on that. 7% or 8%. Maybe 50. So, or maybe I'd be surprised. Maybe I need to know. Oh, actually, it's 15 or 20%.
Do you think the majority of people think
You're not going to do a thing about it. Christians are going to rule. You're not going to do a thing about it.
Okay, what's the point of this?
Christian nationalism will go full in effect, and you won't do a thing. You won't do a thing. That's the hilarious thing.
Really?
All you're going to do is sit there and cry.
Really?
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I don't understand that argument that we're going to win no matter what. Okay, well then I guess you don't need any help because you're going to win no matter what. So you're good. All right, sounds good. I guess I'll see you at the victory party.
Where do you get that from?
I think that theocracy is systemic violence.
You know there's a difference between theocracy and Christian.
How is that? Systemic violence hurts people, I guess is what he's saying. But systemic violence is good if we all want systemic violence. So see, that's when you use phrases that sound bad, but actually that's what we all want. We want systemic violence. We just want it to be a just system of violence towards people who are violent, only enough to cause a consequence so that everybody knows that there will be some sort of a consequence. So we are all for systemic violence. But if you say that, do you support systemic violence? No. Oh, God, no. But people don't live in reality of what words mean, and they don't examine. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Nationalism, right?
Explain the difference to me.
You don't know the difference?
Okay. So he's saying Christian nationalism. He's saying Christian nationalism is not the same thing as a theocracy. Okay. So he's about to reveal he doesn't understand what words are. So this guy says, well, okay, what do you mean? Tell him.
No, explain it to me.
You don't know the difference, right?
No.
Okay, fine.
You don't know the difference, right? Okay. Nobody knows the difference of what you think words are until you tell them, right? So it would be inappropriate for him to assume I know exactly what you're talking about. He's not part of this group that have their language and rules, and some institutional right-wing group says this is what words mean to them, and he doesn't familiar with that. Why would this guy think that he should know that?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Because he thinks words are what he thinks they are. So he thinks, no, this is what Christian nationalism means. It means what I think it means. And so anyone that doesn't know that is ignorant. He doesn't understand how words work.
But just don't lack humility, because theocracy and Christian nationalism are different. Theocracy is where the church is the overarching government.
Don't lack humility is what he said? Don't lack humility as he shamed. Oh, he's trying to shame the person into ignorance, but that's not real ignorance. It's ignorance. It's expected ignorance. I don't expect anyone to walk. When I start to explain one-to-one, like, what's one-to-one representation? You don't know what it is? Oh, you don't even know what one-to-one representation is? You don't know what elected representation is?
Of the people, right? Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that Christian nationalism, the church should be the head of the state. I believe Christian nationalism is based on a...
Whatever. So he's just going on his own thing. But I wanted to point out he did not understand the concept of what a word is. Words mean only what the speaker, the user. So when this guy speaks, the meaning of each word that comes out of his mouth, each iteration, it only means what he thinks it means. Same here. So that's why we need to be on the same page about what words mean, and we need to understand that. Just simply insisting, no, that's what theocracy means, and there's no other way to view it, is not solving the problem. You're just denying that other people use these words in different ways. Things like politics are going to be always wrapped up in things like socialism and all this and that. They're always going to be vague terms, socialism, fascism. They don't necessarily mean anything. You can't say there's 14 points because some institution said that. For that institution it is. For you maybe it is. But for the reality, the bottom line reality, no matter what an institution or a dictionary says, dictionaries are trying to keep track of usage. The actual usage is how you, the actual homo on the ground, when the word comes out of your mouth, what meaning did you put into it? That's what that word meant. Let's go back to the beginning. Maybe 50. Maybe I'd be surprised.